Today's episode is different from all of my previous episodes because those were mostly audio episodes. This is a visual episode, and this shows all of the treasures from Daddy's travels around the world. Hey guys, welcome to Backyard Miracles. This is your host Farha. And since our itinerary is already set and everything is already in place, let's just get to it. So, item number 1. These are a few, they used to burn bukhor, which is traditional Arabic perfume, and it's this piece of scented wood that is usually used during, like in my home, we used to burn it in the evening, and like during sunset time, Daddy still does it. He does a mix of both bukhor and agarbatti at times. So this is actually used over there as something traditional to burn the bukhor. And the thing that you see that looks kind of like the magic lamp from Arabian Nights, and there's a white version and a black version. Honestly speaking, my favorite is actually the white one because it's much more colorful. Like it has a lot of green and reds and both are my favorite colors. So. But the black one, it does have a beauty of its own. This is actually used in the car. Yes. There's this tiny space in the middle of the car, like you can actually put something like of perfume or a car scent that you can put. Like we put the car freshener over there. So instead of putting the traditional big bulky car freshener, you can just put this, and it's very dainty. It's kind of, and I've opened and checked it. It's pretty small inside, but you can actually put a piece of oud or something, and it will just slowly, gently perfume the car. And actually, it's so dainty, but it's beautiful in its own way. And the best part about these beautiful car fresheners, they are made of solid 18 karat gold. I did not know this, and honestly it does not even look like it, but Daddy told me they are made of solid 18 karat gold. That explains why even when they're slightly even dusty, they still shine so brightly. Now I understood why. Now, the next thing. This is a case that Daddy got from Sheikh Mariam as a gift. And it has a bunch of old pieces of like old jewelry, armor. There's also, I think there's a knife in the middle of all this, but this is mostly old jewelry and a bunch of other red stones in it. And this was a gift from Sheikh Mariam to Daddy. Like she herself got it as a gift. She wanted to give it to someone else, so she gave it to Daddy, and it looks pretty nice. Like from where it's hung, it always looks it's a very eye-catching piece at home. And the next thing, and I am not joking about this has been my favorite thing since I was 4 years old. That's I think the first time when I saw this lying around at home. It's a telephone that Daddy bought from the old streets of London. And I am not joking about this. I've been playing with this. Like we've seen this thing on TV like multiple times. So I've been playing with it, like always making fake calls. Sometimes I'll randomly like, hello, Daddy, and then saying there, like, what are you doing? Or I would, like, at that time, I think, I do remember playing with this a lot when I was 6 years old. Like, Daddy was there in India at the time, and we were settled at Kerala for a year. So at that time, I would take the telephone, and I would call my dad, because my dad was back in Dubai. So I would be like, hello, Kichi, and then saying there, office like, I would have this imaginary conversation with my dad. Like, Kitsy, are you home? Are you in office? What are you doing? Because all this, I found it really cute that I used to do it, and it was... After a while, my brother started mimicking me, and now my cousin, he also mimics the thing, like taking the phone and like, hello. Like, it's so cute, and honestly, it's kind of irresistible. Like, you see that, you're like, okay, I want to pick it up and I want to do this. And this is not the only thing that Daddy got from London. There is this mug that has a picture of both Daddy and Mummy's faces, and this was at the time they went to London. And this picture was taken in the London Underground, and once they came out, they took the picture, got it printed on a mug, and they brought it home. And I always thought it was really cute, and it was always there as a showpiece. And honestly, all of us are really reluctant to actually use it as actual genuine coffee mug, because it's a souvenir, and it's not really it's actually stood the test of time this whole time, like even after daddy. It's been years, like it's almost been 30 years I think since daddy took mummy to London, and the cup still stands and none of us are willing to use it. So it's always there in the front as a showpiece for us, and always for mommy and daddy to remember all those fun times. Now the next picture. This is the lobby of the hotel that daddy stayed in when he was in Venice. Like when I mentioned it earlier in the previous episode. And the name of it looks like it is Hotel Danelli. Then it's pretty faded actually. Like the letters are a little faded, but from the look of it, it's so pretty. And the fact that this is just the lobby, I can't imagine how beautiful the rest of the hotel is. And the next chest number is the huge wine glass that daddy got as a gift with a bunch of chocolates in it. Or I'm not honestly sure. Daddy didn't mention it was chocolates, but I think there was also something else in it. Like there was also some other items in it as a gift. And daddy got this, and as you can see, there's a bunch of fake flowers and wreaths at the bottom, and it is so pretty. And there is a duplicate of this. It's back in Dubai with my mom. And I remember, like, my brother and I, we used to it was too heavy for us at that time when daddy first got this. I think I was 11 or 12 when daddy got it. And I would just pretend to pick it up and and try to drink from it, but it's so heavy. Hey, I used to tell my brother, hey, don't play with it. Daddy's going to really scream at us if he catches us with it and if it breaks. So, just don't play with it. And he would always be like, yeah, baby, I will. But there were times we would play with it, and when daddy just sees us scared, he's like, careful, it's glass, don't break it. So, second daddy says that he's slowly back away and just go. But this glass always brings back good memories of me and my brothers just goofing around with it. And the next thing. This, again, is a gift from Sheikh Mariam. And it was, I asked daddy, like, how did he get it and where was it made and everything. Apparently, this was completely encased in resin in Germany. Like, it was made by experts in Germany. And if you can see, there are pieces of feathers and like tiny, along with the pellets from the bullet. And it just looks so unique. Like, to be honest, this looks so different to me. Like, while seeing it, like, because in Malayalam we call it Vediyunda, and it means a bullet, and it feels like, you never know, like, you never really realize, like, a lot of these older bullets have a lot of like pellets inside it, and when you shoot it, it just goes all over the place. And that was how a lot of people were getting gunfire injuries earlier. And the next thing, this is this big that daddy bought from Germany. It's huge, like, it's pretty long. It's almost like, I'm not honestly sure how long it is, but it's pretty big. Like, it's hung pretty nicely at home and it really looks nice. And now the next chest number, as I like to say, is the plate, the famous ceramic plate from Germany that daddy bought. And like I mentioned in the previous episode, it has a lot of nature scenes in it. It has like 2 ducks, I think, and it has 2 ducks, a bunch of fishes and everything. It looks so pretty. I used to have this whole imaginary scenario that these ducks are both talking. And there are times I'm like, oh, no, they're not talking, they're fighting. What if that is what it is? But it just looks really pretty. Oh wait, sorry. Now that I think about it, it's only 1 duck. The other one's not a duck, it's just a bird. It looks more like a swallow actually. Like the swallow bird. That's what it looks like. And I kind of completely messed it up and thought it was a duck. Sorry. But it does look beautiful, so I would say. And the next chest number. This is also something very similar to the earlier bukur, like the earlier ones that I mentioned, like of the bukur burning thing, or those tiny really pretty dainty vessels that you can burn bukur in. This is also one like that actually. It's one very similar to it. It does look really cool. Like, it's actually the shape of a regular huge jug that Arabs usually use to serve kahwa, which is the traditional Arabic coffee. It looks a lot like that, even to the top part where you can just like push it down and bring it up. It looks really nice. And now the next one. And now, last but certainly not the least, guess I was saving the best for the last, which honestly this was my favorite since I was a kid. These are the famous Disneyland glasses. And if you can look closely, like in the Aladdin and the Magic Lamp one, there's a bunch of tiny lamps that, like, there's this tiny plastic lamps around the rim, like the bottom rim of it, it's stuck over there, and when you shake it, it actually moves. It's like a bit of a layer between the outer part and the inner part of the glass. So where these tiny plastic lamps are, like in the Aladdin and the Aladdin glass, it's the lamps. I mentioned it as some other Disney movie, I'm honestly not sure which one, but it was not that one. It was Winnie the Pooh that we had. And I remember, like, whenever I grew up watching a lot of Winnie the Pooh compared to a lot of the other, like, traditional Malayalam cartoons, I watched those. Like, I read Balarama and all the other, like, the usual Poopy, Manjari, Katu. Along with that, as much as that, I watched Winnie the Pooh, and this always brings a joy to my face, like, whenever I see the glass. I totally forgot that this existed. Like, it was always the back. It was always there behind the Beauty and the Beast one, so I rarely saw it. And also, like, in the previous one, it had, like, in the previous Aladdin one, there was a bunch of magic lamps. This one has a bunch of honey pots for a little Pooh bear. The Pooh looks so cute in this, and Tigger looks so happy. Piglet is usually Piglet. And also, like, I really like the tiny detail of the butterfly, because if you really watch the old Winnie the Pooh cartoons, you can always see that there are butterflies everywhere. Just to show about how much of a magical place it is, to, like, imply that. And now the next, and also last but not least in this case, the Beauty and the Beast one. Like I said, it has Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, Belle, obviously, and in this one there's a bunch of stuff, like there are clocks, there are cups, all in the other as tiny decorations like the previous ones had, the magic lamp, the honey pot. These have a bunch. There's a clock and a bunch of pots as well. There's also a bunch of cups as well. I think one of them even look like they have a chip in it. And if you know all the Beauty and the Beast characters, you know that Mrs. Potts has a son called Chip, and he has a chip in his cup because he has a chip tooth in the real life, or in the real universe of the cartoon. So there's that. And yeah, that's all the treasures I have for now, because the thing is, I know that I'm missing certain things, like the Disneyland pen, and the notepad. The thing is that he kept it extra safe inside at home, and he couldn't really find it when I asked him, because he kept it somewhere inside in the cupboard and he couldn't really reach it. And the other thing I'm probably missing is the clock from Venice, the glass one. We had to give it for repair actually. There was something wrong with the inner workings of it, so we had to give it for repair. But yeah, that's it. These are the ones we have at home. And I would like to add one more treasure that is there. That is Daddy's award. Daddy got this award, like a plaque sort of thing, from KMCC in Dubai. And I'll read out what is written on it for those of you who don't know Malayalam. പ്രവാസ ലോകത്തെ 4.5 പതിറ്റാണ്ട് കാലം പിന്നിട്ട Abdul Qadir. It means someone who stayed away from their native place. It means someone who stayed away from their native place for over 4.5 decades. That means, and actually there's a possibility, like Daddy did say this to me, it does say it is 4.5 decades, that is 45 years Daddy stayed away from home. Daddy was settled in Dubai, and Daddy did say that there's a chance actually that it's more than that, because there can be a little bit of miscalculation, but he did say that it is more than 45 years, but 45 years is also a pretty good number. And this was actually a gift from them when Daddy had settled back in Kerala, when he actually announced that he's going to settle back in Kerala now. This was a gift that he got from them. that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This is Farha signing off. And honestly, for me, it seems really. For me, this is really emotional because this is the last episode of Backyard Miracles, and I really hope that we enjoyed this whole journey that we went on with Daddy. That is from all the way from Bombay. That's how he says it, even now. Even though I usually say it as Mumbai now because it's called Mumbai. But yeah. But since we're talking about Daddy, I would mention it as Bombay. So from Bombay to Ras Al Khaimah and Corfaghan to Sharjah to Dubai and now back to Kerala. So thank you so much for being with me in this entire journey. I really hope that you enjoyed the entire podcast, and if you do, I really hope that you enjoyed the podcast, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. And for the last time, this is Farha Faizal signing off from Backyard Miracles.